Your toddler is on OnlyFans, but you're calling us haters?
What?
Maybe I did do the right thing. One day Miss Shirley gonna find this video and she gonna thank me one day.
Bro, that is weird.
Every day of my life was a permanent meet and greet. Seeing pictures, photos, and videos from Miss Shirley's meetup was my life. This man would tap his knee as a signal for me to sit on his lap.
Imagine how psychologically damaging this can be, knowing that their parents were the ones who put them in this position. And I really want to add this video so people can see, for those who still don't see why this is a problem, they can have the perspective of someone who've lived that life, right? Now telling you what it's like and how it's a problem and how it's affected them. These are no parents. These are monsters.
Hey, I'm finna... Damn, Pops. Hey, come on, man. You already know what it is, man. Stop playing with me. Where you headed to all dressed up like that? Yeah, I'm headed to the meet and greet. Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley? The fuck? Ain't she like 4? She like a kid. Shit, come on, son. You know it ain't like that. And you pay for that? Nah, that ain't right. You ain't right. So you just gonna call the police, huh? You just gonna rat me out?
911, what's the emergency, please?
So Miss Shirley is a child. She's a 4-year-old little girl. I'm literally just finding out that information like right now. I really don't know much about this situation. I've not exactly been paying attention. Hell, I'm not exactly very like active in social media right now. I'm just getting back to the social media scene. But the few times I breezed in and out of TikTok during this time that I've not been as active, I heard 1 or 2 people maybe speaking about her, but I did not really pay that much attention, and they did not even have a picture up of who they were talking about, right? So when I heard her name, Miss Shirley, I don't know what I thought, but I did not think child. I did not think baby. But now that I'm more active on TikTok and I've got to know who she is and learning about the recent controversy, I'm like, what the So for those who don't know who Miss Shirley is, that's weird even saying this now, knowing that we're talking about a child, a 4-year-old child, but that's what she's called, guys. And for what I could find online, she's like an internet sensation. She's gone viral because of her dance moves. And yeah, that's how she came into limelight. And then it got to a point where allegedly the mom decided to do meet and greet where people who wanted to see her or meet her can come over and they can do just that and, you know, carry her if they want to and take a picture or make a video and, you know, do all of these things. And, you know, people apparently went to see her. Specifically from the look of things, it seems men, they were taking trips down to see this little girl, and it's just like weird. You should not be giving strangers this kind of access to your baby. Apparently this has been happening for a while now. I'm even seeing videos like this with this man that went to meet the little girl, and this video was from like March. So he said, I finally met my little Miss Boots on the ground. It was tears behind those glasses. Bro, that is weird. Men were coming over and even posting moments of it, and it got people talking.
A grown man driving hours to meet a toddler and then crying when he gets to meet and hug that toddler is not weird to y'all? That's not weird to y'all. I'm gonna say it again. A grown man driving hours to meet a 4-year-old child is not weird to y'all. A 4-year-old child having meet and greets late at night with adults is not weird to y'all. I just made a video the other day saying about things that I do with my daughters to keep them safe from unsafe adults. And this mama isn't even giving her child the ability to have boundaries or say she don't want to hug or engage or touch anybody. Because it's a meet and greet. These people spent money to come see this little girl, to be able to touch this little girl. As adults, we shouldn't even be touching every fucking body. We shouldn't even be touching everybody. Now this child is being forced to hug on and touch all these strange men. To allow these strange men to touch her. A lot of men that, none of those men have any good intentions for that child. None of them. None of them. None of them.
And I totally agree. Only a certain kind of man, pedo, in my humble opinion, would want to do something like that.
Because I wouldn't even follow a child's page. I wouldn't even follow a child's page.
Me neither. Not to talk about driving down to meet one. Like, what are we doing? These people would not beat the pedo allegations because, like, your actions are speaking very loudly.
Much less get in my car to go meet a child at a club or a bar or wherever the why Miss Shirley don't have a bedtime? Even, and I know some people talk about like child stars and whatever, even child stars like Disney stars, when they did meet and greets, you want to know where their meet and greets were? Childlike environments. And you want to know who was coming to meet them? Children. The parents were taking their children to go meet the other children that the kids admired, not the adults driving out their way to go meet the children. And I keep hearing rumors that Miss Shirley got an OnlyFans. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true or not, and I'm not gonna go and look. And I'm not gonna go look.
Wait, oh,
but if it is true, I want that hoe in jail.
What? I have no words. If that's true, that's crazy. No.
I want her mama in jail. Because y'all remember that white mom that was on TikTok and I think the baby's name was Ren, or the mom's name was Ren, and she would post her daughter in very suggestive ways, and a majority of her followers were older men.
I actually made a video on that situation some like 2 years back. I'm going to leave a link to that video in the description if you guys want to check it out. It's crazy. Some of these parents are actively out here trafficking their kids. Some in subtle, others in not so subtle ways. Like, it really be in our faces. It's either how they are dressing these clothes that you just say, you know, that like, we can't see what you are doing, but then they'll be in the comments talking about like, oh, you are the one with the problem, you are the one with the bad thoughts, you are the one who projected like whatever onto that. That's not my intention. I love my kids, I will never do this. But like, it's very apparent what they are doing. It's either that, like the choice of clothes, or like certain positions they put their kids in, or the certain foods that they make their kids be eating back to back to back in videos. Some of these people, not only are they like terrible human beings, but they are absolutely terrible parents. This is why I'm of the opinion that it's not everybody that should be a parent. It's not everybody that should have a kid. It's not every woman that should be a mom. It's not every man that should get the chance of being a dad, because these are terrible people. That's why I'm so against, till the day I till the day I kick the bucket, till the day I die. I don't care what any other person says. I'm going to always have a problem with people who are of the mindset of, oh, that's what you were born here to do, especially when they be talking to women, talking about some, oh, that's what we were created to do, to give birth. Because there are genuinely people out there, genuinely women out there, genuinely men out there who should not be anywhere near children. Not to talk about bringing one into this world, one they are going to be spending 247 time with, majority of the time with this person, right? This kid is going to be with this person because they are the mom or the dad. But these people are terrible people. They be treating these kids very badly, putting them in dangerous positions, setting them up for failures, doing all sorts of nasty things to these kids. But let society tell you that person should be a mom or a dad. Why? Because they have the ability to. Just because someone has I really mix up those two things, not know which to use sometimes in some instances, right? Just because some people have these organs to be able to do this stuff, create children, don't mean they should be doing it. That's why I get so frustrated. I get so angry when I see people who are of the mindset to asking people, why are you so age and you don't have a kid? Like everybody should be out here doing that. No, some person shouldn't.
Older men. And I saw another video, someone stitched a comment where it was a video of Miss Shirley dancing, and a grown man posted a comment. They stitched a comment so people could see it. A grown man posted a comment saying she knows she's safe, with 3 heart eye emojis. A grown man posted a comment under a video of a 4-year-old dancing saying she knows she's. Anybody that's defending this at this point and saying, oh, well, it's the predators that's dangerous, it has nothing to do with the mom, it has everything to do with the mother. It has everything to do, not just the mother, the parents. Because where's her daddy? Where's her aunts and uncles? Where's anybody that cares about the safety of this child? Get this baby out of this environment, please.
Investigate all the men who drove hours to go see Miss Shirley. In fact, investigate everybody involved with this Miss Shirley thing. The bars, the clubs, the mom, the aunties, everybody needs to be investigated. This whole week, the topic has been accountability. Well, here's our opportunity to hold not only men accountable, but women and everybody involved in the situation accountable.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
What do you mean you got up, got ready, got dressed, drove hours to go meet Miss Shirley? Why is Miss Shirley even on your interest? I understand if it was like a birthday party for children and you have a child and you're invited and you went, but to drive hours to meet and greet, yeah, investigation. The venues who are allowing this hosting, investigation. The mother who we can clearly, now I'm aware that you're not unaware, you know what you're doing and you're definitely doing it on purpose, investigation. So yeah, the topic this whole week I've been seeing is, yeah, we need to hold men accountable for the actions of other people. Let's just start by holding everyone, no matter the gender, accountable when we see situations like this.
And another thing, like, this child cannot really consent to what's going on, right? She may look happy because, the adults around are hyping her up, and she seemed like a nice, very active little girl. She's always smiling. She always likes to move her body, right? But the point I'm trying to make is, like, regardless of how she's coming across, how happy and energetic and excited she's coming across, that don't mean she consented to this. She did not consent to this. And she could not have consented to this because she's a child. Children cannot give consent. And another thing, are parents thinking about how eventually she's going to grow up? What if she grows up and she hates that this was her childhood? She could grow up and hate the fact that she's been blasted all across the internet in this manner. She could grow up and hate the fact that all of these random strange men had access to her the way they have, no thanks to her parents. That's something else we also need to think about. Like, would these kids, when they are grown up, be happy with all of this? Would they like that they were just being blasted all across the media, right, posted online? Would they like how they are being positioned on the internet? Like, because I've seen videos of her like dancing in a particular manner with her tongue sticking out. I don't know if that's how she naturally dances or if she was guided or told to make those kind of movements where she's dancing with her tongue sticking out like that. And this is not me saying that there's anything wrong with sticking your tongue out. I stick my tongue out, right? But that's the thing. I'm an adult making adult decisions, right? I am fully aware of what I'm doing and whatever consequences that's going to come out of that. She doesn't, right? She's a child. She don't know really what's going on. right? That's the big difference here. And also when you factor in the pedo components, that makes the situation even more intense and even more crazy, right? We know how crazy it is out there. We know the energy that sticking your tongue out can give depending on how you do it, right? And given the pedo components that I mentioned earlier, why would you then, as a parent, knowing how dangerous and unsafe and sick the world we live in is, now decide to put your kid out there in this manner? You doing this as a parent is you basically signaling to the beast out there that, yeah, I really don't care. You can come do it or whatever the F you want to. That's what you are saying, if you don't know, as a parent, when you put your kids on the internet like this. And this is why I'm of the opinion that when it comes to children, there are some boundaries that even parents should not cross. There are some boundaries that parents should respect. Yes, I get it, they are your kid, but at the end of the day, this is their life. There are some decisions that you have to pause, you have to wait, you have to give them the chance to be able to make these decisions by themselves. Let them grow up and make these decisions when they know exactly what they are doing and what the consequences are going to be from making these decisions. And some people might be like, oh, Ivie, it's not that big of a deal, it's just social media. But for some people, it is, it might be, it would be. There are adults right now who don't even post a picture of themselves anywhere, not even on their WhatsApp status. You don't see them posting on there, right? These people don't want anything to do with being on the internet. She just might end up being someone like that when she grows up, but it will be too late for her because she's blasted everywhere already.
When I first saw Miss Shirley's video, the little toddler doing the boots on the ground dance with a little fan and popping her hip, I thought it was a harmless little cute video. She sees everyone else doing the line dance. She's of course going to copy it because that's what kids do. No harm in it. And the mother started doing bookings. People questioned that at first, but I saw JoJo Siwa. She made millions of dollars for doing bookings for kids' parties and kid events. So I'm like, okay, well, there's no hurt in that. No, her bookings are at nightclubs and bars. Even when she met the singer of the Boots on the Ground song, they met at a club.
As a society, how did we even get here when things like this can be happening in public and more than one individual in public, even on camera and everything, are okay with doing this and being part of it and saying nothing wrong with it? Like, how did we get here as a society? For real, like, what is going on? I think as a society, we need to take a step back and have some evaluation, reevaluate all that we have done. And actually start asking ourselves some very tough questions because things are starting to go south very quickly. I feel like there's something fundamentally wrong with society at large because then people are not even doing it in hiding anymore. They are not doing weird things are not happening in hiding anymore. Like how we need to start asking how have we created a safe space for sickos basically, because for them to be able to come and be doing all of these things in public, I feel like it says a lot. It says a lot about society at large. And just to be clear, this is not me saying that it would have been better if they had done it in private, because hell no, this should not be happening in any way, shape or form, whether public, private and in between. No. But what I'm saying is these people used to be in hiding, right? They used to do their things in secret. But now they are coming to the forefront and telling us basically very boldly, they are beating their chest and telling us like they're very proud, right? To tell us that this is the kind of people that they are sick and they are not ashamed of it anymore. They are not hiding it anymore. It's just like in our faces, right? Because society keeps the bad at bay, right? At least we try to, the majority of us, right? Or I would like to believe the majority of us, we actively are trying to make sure we have a better and a safer world, right? And usually with behaviors like that, us actively trying to keep the bad at bay or check the bads or lock the bads behind bars, right? Because we have been doing this for years, the bads were scared and they were in the shadows. But right now, the bads are no longer in the shadows, right? They are not scared anymore. So I cannot help but wonder, is this a reflection on us as a society at large? Have we somehow, without knowing it, given these people the idea that it's okay for them to be like this and act this way? What is it that happened? What's possibly changed that resulted in them now being able to, in this day and age, be this bold and proud and so in our faces unapologetically?
I don't know him from a can of paint, but I would never let a random grown man I've never met a day in my life pick up my toddler daughter. Then there's the meet and greets, y'all. Every single one of her meet and greets are just random strangers picking up that little girl and taking pictures. Mind you, there's not another child in sight. But to then go onto OnlyFans, now we know you can have an account without doing risque things. The thing about it is people can pay you to request certain videos. That is 1000% what that mother is doing. So to call us haters, we're just looking out for your daughter, shows us exactly the type of person you are.
Mothers like these, very dangerous, who are willing to put their kids out there for a check. Jail, 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 jail.
A lot of y'all are pedos in disguise. Yeah, this whole time I thought Miss Shirley was a grown woman until I went down the rabbit hole. What y'all are normalizing isn't just bad for this little girl, it's bad for all of our children. Y'all are literally parading pedo. Oh, she's just a little girl that's dancing. And the artist be having this girl sitting on his lap. Everybody's talking about this girl's being exploited. She's being exploited. Yes, she's being exploited. But this is criminal. Jennifer Hudson put this girl on national TV and the crowd is going wild because she is shaking her. Y'all, this is not right on any metric. Like, it's not right at all. I saw one comment, oh, Caribbean people, they teach their daughters how to whine at early ages. They don't blast it on the internet. They're not putting them on a flyer, taking them around towns, bars, and saying whine for them. Like, who is this father? Why is your daughter out here on the internet like this? For a second, I thought Niecy Nash was the mother. I was like, oh, okay. But it's like, yo, this is not about it being pop. Like, what are y'all normalizing? What are y'all normalizing? Black people fall for the dumbest things.
So someone called CPS on the mom.
Call DHS on me about my child that's well taken care of. Y'all are sick.
So it's the people who are worried about your kid, worried about the safety of your kid, the well-being of your kid, no thanks to how you have been parading her on the internet and letting strange men have access to her. They are the ones who are the sick ones, and not you, who prepared for and made sure that all of the sick stuff that people have been talking about for days now, all of this sick stuff that have made people be in constant side-eye position for days now.
I see everybody asking $1 million question. Who called CPS on Miss Shirley mama? Guilty. I didn't know her mama was going to get on live crashing out afterwards. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn. On my mama, I ain't never had this many people mad at me at one time in my life. I'm not even going to lie. I was already scared for the little girl while she was doing boots on the ground, goddammit. But then I saw that little Johnny Gill put on your red dress and your high heel videos. And nah, man, I picked up my phone immediately. It's one thing about us talking about this shit every day, but I feel like somebody had to take action. I mean, it ain't really that bad either. If CPS find out it ain't no case, they gonna drop the case. But if they find that it is a case, then maybe I did do the right thing. One day, Miss Shirley gonna find this video and she gonna thank me one day.
And we all thank you, good sir. All of us. And shout out to the other people who called CPS as well. Lady Jazz said she called twice. This sister said, thank you. Let's normalize calling CPS on these social media parents. Protect the kids. I totally agree with these comments. And the crazy part is that till this day, there are people who are still pissed at the fact that people had called CPS on the mother. Even after everything that we have seen. It's crazy, guys. And I'm going to be responding to that with this comment. This lady says, no one with common sense is mad at you, sir. We applaud you for putting your foot down like a loving father, brother, or friend. But we have to stop calling that child Miss Shirley. She has no idea, but it has gone to her little head. Tongue all out. The heck?
She had that little girl putting her boots on the ground, goddamn, and I put my foot down. And don't judge me either, man. I was just looking out. Shit, if anything were to happen to that little girl and all of us grown-ups was just sitting there watching and didn't say shit, goddamn it, then we would be just as guilty as the mama. And for all y'all that's mad at me, I don't care.
I saw a video of this lady who also spoke about how she had a similar experience to Miss Shirley back when she was younger. Her parents was doing meet and greets, inviting men over.
I was Miss Shirley before social media. Having meet and greets for children is not a new thing. Every day of my life was a meet and greet. They're not hiding in plain sight anymore. They're just in plain sight. Every day of my life was a permanent meet and greet. My mother didn't have social media to promote. Instead, she put ads in the newspaper using my image to promote her business. Rosalie was going to be at Rosalie's Diner. Come and see the baby. Hold the baby. My name was on the building. There's a giant billboard out in front where she wrote different messages every day about her child. I'm being literal when I say they put me on the counter. Bring cards, bring gifts, bring money, candy, toys. This was a permanent meet and greet. Seeing pictures, photos and videos from Miss Shirley's meetup, it was my life. This man would tap his knee as a signal for me to sit on his lap.
That's crazy, guys. That is insane. Letting your little girl sit on the lap of a strange man. Like this is no. It's crazy the length some parents are willing to go to, how easy it is for some parents to just give their kids to the wolves for money. Nah, this is just plain evil. These are no parents. These are monsters.
Some of the men that are coming to the meetup for Miss Shirley are getting all dressed up in cologne and new haircuts to come meet a child, to hold a child, to take photos and videos with a child. Some of the men that held me, dirty, look at his shirt, greasy, stinky. I have so many pictures of men holding me.
Imagine how psychologically damaging this can be, how traumatizing this can be for a child, and then for this child when they grow up having to look back on all of this, knowing that their parents were the ones who put them in this position, how damaging this can be when they grow up to their mentor. And then you have all of these pictures with these strange men. You don't know these people. And what are the memories that comes with the encounters you've had with them? This is sick. This is...
I used to tell my dad that I could make a coffee table book called Creeps with My Child. There could be multiple volumes. This guy looks like a character actor from a movie playing a creep, but this was my real life. And sometimes they look like they stepped out of a magazine. These men knew where I lived. He is in my house, getting his picture taken holding me. Put me on the tabletop. You could get a 39-cent bottomless cup of coffee and spend time with a toddler. Rosalie's Diner was the permanent location where you could come and do your little meet and greet and spend time with baby Rosalie.
And I really want to add this video so people can see, for those who still don't see why this is a problem, they can have the perspective of someone who've lived that life, right? Now telling you what it's like and how it's a problem and how it's affected them. This is damaging for children. This is not okay.
My parents also took this show on the road. They went to different state and county fairs with their t-shirt business called Video Images. I think some of you have not connected the dots on this. The t-shirt that I'm wearing has my own face on it. So they would take a video image of a person and then put that image on a t-shirt. They sold t-shirts with my face on it. Rosalie merch exists and is out in the world somewhere.
See the way they monetize their child. It's just so sick. This is sickening. This is a sickness. It's terrible. You thought that this is the reality of some children. It's so unfair. No child should have to live like this. This is why I'm so anti the ideology of everyone should have a kid. No! Go into the world and multiply. No! We should stop preaching that.
Thing that I don't think everybody's connected the dots on, the t-shirt business called Video Images. It's my belief that they were selling videos and images of their child. They let anybody hold their baby. There are so many photos of me as a child being held by people that look like they could be character actors from a movie. If you've ever seen I Know My Name is Steven, Parental and all his little friends, Stanley Tucci and the Lovely Bones, that's who came to my meet and greets. And regular, average people that you would never suspect.
As someone who deals with anxiety, just the thoughts of random pictures or maybe piece of clothing with my face on it, like my baby face on it, would send me down in a spiral. Honestly, like, no. Just thinking about it, I can only imagine how she feels, how terrible maybe or disgusted the thought is to her, how sickening it is, and how she wishes she can undo that, but she can't. It's the deed is done. And all of this now is in retrospect, right? Because there are some people who maybe at the time will look at this and say, oh, she's a little girl, she's happy, look at her, she's smiling in the images, she's having a good time, she must like what's going on. No, she's a child. Of course she's smiling, she don't know better. Just because the child is smiling don't mean that that's okay. You as an adult in the situation should be able to have discernment and use said discernment, tap into your akwanushi and look at the situation as an adult and, analyze it. Is this okay? Should we be doing this? How would she feel when she grows up? Would she like this? Because she did not consent to it. Now she's a child. She can't consent. If this were me, put yourself in the situation, put yourself in her shoes. If this were me, this is my past right now. If this had happened to me when I was younger, would I have liked that? Would I want these images of me out there like that? Would I want random people having access to me like that? Would I want them having pictures and videos with me while they're hugging me and touching me and putting me on their laps? Is that something I would want? And then make informed decisions, because I know there will just be some people who be like, but she looks happy. Does she look happy now in 2025 about this? Right.
Why would an adult want to go meet a child, hold a child that they do not know? Why would an adult want to be affectionate with that child? They're not hiding anymore. It's in plain sight. It's on the internet. It's right in front of our faces.
This comment says, damn, I thought everyone was overreacting with Miss Shirley stuff. But now, after hearing your story, I'm totally creeped. Exactly. And this is why I'm grateful to her for sharing her story, because there are people like this who actually are watching the Miss Shirley situation unfold and they see nothing wrong with it. They just see it like, oh, it's a cute moment of humans being cute. What's so wrong? Why are people complaining? People these days are so sensitive, always finding things to complain and nag about. But like, this is a serious problem, because like, the people who are watching this right now, they are not thinking far into the future, which is definitely going to come eventually, because Miss Shirley is going to grow up. Hence why I really want to add this video, so we can get that perspective of someone who's actually lived that life and has grown up, see what they have to say, because that can bring us back to reality. We don't have that experience, so we can't really tell. The intricacies of what's going on might elude us, right? But when we get that input from someone who's lived a life and they're telling us what it's like and how they feel now about all of it, it really can rein us back into like common sense, if for a second we have like missed common sense, right? This person said her name is Miss Shirley. In attempts to age her, her real name is Laria. And that's a valid point as well, because like the Miss Shirley thing, which was what I was saying earlier, it's weird. Finding out that it was a child was weird for me, because when I heard Miss Shirley, I definitely did not think about a child. And I think that's something that's intentionally being done as well. It's like virtual signaling to the brain to like make you not think about like this is a baby. This situation has been crazy. someone needs to go save that little girl, because like, just no. Just no. But that's the video, guys. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about the situation. Are you just hearing about it? Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, as always, I'll be catching you in the next one.
Hey, how you doing? Hi, you here for the Miss Shirley meet and greet? Yes, ma'am. 500 right here. Thank you. You look stoked to be here. Where you from? I'm from Cali. What? Man, that's 8 hours from here. You must love you some Miss Shirley. I guess you could say I'm her biggest fan. Oh, really? How so? Well, what's the name of the song she just dropped recently? Oh, what's the name of the song she always line dance to? Damn. How old is she? 4.
911, what's your emergency?
You going to fucking jail. What? You said you going to jail, nigga, so why don't you have a seat right there?